Look at her fucking face here. Like, she looks like she's sleeping on the bed or something. Like, this is like, if you were to look at Tulsi Gabbard, like, when she's sleeping, and you were to be like that weirdo, like, you know, guy that, like, sleeps over and then, like, takes pictures of you when you sleep, right? Don't you hate when that happens? Right? That looks like Tulsi Gabbard's, like, just laying down, but she's apparently in the middle of speaking. So this is a 3-minute clip. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ, right? Look at this. So this is a 3-minute clip of Tulsi Gabbard going on on Tucker Carlson's show and giving out a little bit more of her manifesto of anti-trans manifesto that she introduced before she left Congress. Her last major act was making sure that trans kids were continuing to be bullied. If transgender children don't get bullied, harassed into suicide, then what else am I going to do with my life? That's what Tulsi Gabbard was thinking. And I want to shout this out too. I did a video going over why Tulsi Gabbard's bill is transphobic. It's okay to have questions. Not everyone's a transgender, like, you know, super intellectual. If you do not know much about trans issues, go watch that other video that I made. You can find it by searching on my channel, like Tulsi Gabbard's Anti-Trans Manifesto or something. You'll find it. Go watch that video. I kind of took that more point by point. And so let's get into this. Again, we all called this. Tulsi Gabbard's going to pivot to the right wing. She's going to run as a Republican later. That's going to be the pivot, right? So now she's on Fox News. She's on Tucker Carlson going on about how trans kids are evil. Let's watch.
Amen and a woman. So if you thought amen was an ancient affirmation.
I just want to say this amen, a woman thing. I covered this yesterday. Right? Again, it's just really funny. It's a cute little joke. And would I have thought it's cringe? Probably. But the idea that the right wing is going to talk about how, like, oh, this is the most evil thing. Amen versus a woman. It's literally just a cute joke. Like, these snowflakes are literally getting triggered by a joke. Can you imagine that? These dumbass special snowflake bitches are getting triggered by a joke.
That had nothing at all to do with biological sex. Stand corrected. How does this empower women exactly? That's a question that Tulsi Gabbard, who is a former congressman,
saying a woman is supposed to empower. It's called a joke, dude. Like, what?
From Hawaii, a Democrat, has been pondering. She introduced a bill last year to stop biological males from participating in women's sports. That bill is expected.
Again, what is a biological male? What does biological mean? Biological literally means it's alive, right? You see my finger, you see my hand, right? Look at this. Do you know what's falling off of my hand? Dead skin, right? Dead skin is just falling off of my hand. Those are no longer alive, right? But what is my hand made of? Living cells. My hand is biological. And you can also make the argument that, you know, biological matter can't exist if it's dead, right? But the term is, biology is the study of life, not the study of things when they're born, right? The study of biology is not studying zygotes or sperm cells. That is not the study of biology. When you think about, oh, what is biology about? Do you think it's just, oh, you study what the DNA code in the sperm cell is? That's biology. It's the sperm cell. That's it. It's the point of when life could maybe exist, and then everything after that doesn't matter, right? So again, there is no such thing as a biological male on the opposite of trans males. Those are not things. All men are biologically men because they are biological and they're men. It's that simple.
To be introduced later this month, and we said former, we didn't mean it because until January 20th, she still serves, and we're thankful for that. Congresswoman, thanks for joining us tonight. So how does it empower women to ban the acknowledgement that women exist?
So, again, what is this fucking framing? What is this fucking... Okay, so you're banning women in existence? So the idea that a woman can exist, right, is predicated upon you making sure trans kids can't play kickball? What? Like... What? Okay, so you want to make sure that 9-year-old or like fucking 13-year-old trans kids can't play kickball in gym class without a mandatory genital check. That's what this bill is in support of. Mandatory genital checks for children before kickball. And somehow that translates to women, like we're fighting for the existence of women? What?
It absolutely does the very opposite of that, and it's the height of hypocrisy.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
For people who claim to be the champions of rights for women to deny the very biological existence of women. And this recent rule...
Again, deny the biological... What? Like, that's one of my problems, is these people use the term biological because they want to sound smart. That's literally it. That's literally it. They just say that because they want to sound smart.
Did you use the word smart?
That's literally, oh, if I say a big word, it's biological. They're biological. Like, what are we playing, Resident Evil? Are we playing Resident Evil and the fucking T-virus created a tyrant or something? What does that mean? Biological. What? Now, again, if you want to sort sports by physical characteristics, you can do so without attacking trans people, okay? If you want to sort sports by bone density, by hormone levels, if you want to do a blood test and test people's hormones and then find out what fucking weight category they should be in or whatever, that's fine. Okay? That's fine. I think sports are dumb. Sports are arbitrary to begin with. But again, dividing them based on gender is bunk. Because women's sports, as they're called, women's sports, have banned cisgender women from their sports because they have naturally high testosterone levels. They have taken no medication. They have made no chemical alterations to their body composition whatsoever. They are a biological creature, right, that has existed in biology, and they are banned from women's sports because they have naturally high testosterone levels. So if we were to just, instead of having women versus men or whatever, we were to just have like arm length or, you know, like height or, you know, like that kind of stuff. If you want to base sports on physical characteristics, be my guest. But when you want to try to have these draconian, ancient fucking, like, categorizations like woman and man in sports, it's ridiculous. All people are different. Do you think a little twink femboy could go after any fucking woman athlete? No. Why? Because all people are different.
Rule change that the House just actually voted and passed on today that you were talking about, removing references to, you know, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters from congressional rules and administration. It's mind-blowing because it shows just how out of touch with reality and the struggles of everyday Americans.
The struggles, yeah, right. In the middle of a pandemic, when people are losing their homes, the real struggles are 12-year-olds being able to play kickball. That's the real struggle. That's the real struggle. I know, you're thinking, how do I pay rent next month? You're thinking, how do I put food on the table? What I'm thinking is, how am I going to send my daughter to school in 8 years and then have her play kickball with a trans person? That's what I'm thinking about, because I'm Tulsi.
The struggles of everyday Americans, people in Congress are, but also it shows that, you know, their first act as this new Congress could have been to make sure that elderly Americans are able to get the COVID vaccine now alongside frontline healthcare workers, elderly Americans who have the highest mortality rates from this virus. But instead of doing something that could actually help save people's lives, they're choosing instead to say, well, you can't say mother or father in any of this congressional language. It's astounding.
Those are not mutually exclusive, by the way. One, you can do both. But again, just because, like, and also, again, so she's mocking the idea that Congress is worried over titles and words instead of pandemic relief. That's what she is talking about. When that's what she did in the last 2 weeks of her congressional term, was instead of working on pandemic relief, she was posting fucking trans kids shouldn't be able to play kickball. So what she is criticizing Congress of doing is literally what she did over the last 3 weeks. Think about that. That's how fucking dumb these people are. And a hypocrisy, I know it's a waste of time to point it out, because hypocrisy never matters to these dumb motherfuckers. But it's interesting, just for the record, Congress did what I did. Well, it's okay when I do it, but when they do it, no, no, no.
It's confusing, too, because the very people who claim to celebrate diversity, differences, and differences are what make the world interesting and worth living in my opinion, are the same ones trying to impose by force this creepy corporate sameness where we're all sort of widgets in a bin waiting for assembly.
Again, what? What is this bizarro world conspiracy theory? The idea of embracing differences is to say, yes, transgender people exist. Yes, all people are different and that should be celebrated equally. Saying that all differences should be celebrated equally is not the same as saying all people should be equal and everything should have, like, you know, like everyone should be like gray blobs in that episode of The Fairly Odd Parents. That's not what they're saying. They're saying, yes, trans people exist. Yes, women exist. And it's better if we refer to as many people as possible with our language than as exclusionarily as possible with our language. I'm sorry, I'm stoned. So for example, when you say they instead of he, you are more inclusive as you are giving more and more people who are different the ability to feel included in your language. It is embracing diversity. But these people are talking about how it's going to make them gray blobs from The Fairly Odd Parents.
Like, do they really think there aren't differences between the sexes? Honestly, sincere question.
I don't know.
Look at the laugh, by the way, of this evil dumb bitch.
Between the sexes? Honestly, sincere.
I'm sorry, I have to.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Question.
I don't know how to answer or explain what they think. And this is why Congressman Markwayne Mullin and I...
Isn't that interesting? Like, this person is going to try to pretend to have, like, a reasonable... we're just having rational debate. Now, I have no idea the people I'm attacking every single day. I have no idea what they think. That's what she just said. I have no idea what they think, and I couldn't even begin to explain how they think. But I'm going to attack them every day, and I'm the reasonable one. I'm the logical one. I know that I've never spoken to a trans person. I've never even been in the same room as a trans person, and I have no idea what it's like being a trans person. But damn, those trans people are icky and dumb, I say, being a rational adult.
Explain what they think. And this is why Congressman Markwayne Mullin and I, we introduced my legislation, the Protect Women's Sports Act that you briefly mentioned, out of a recognition that this legislation is actually necessary. When you look at why Title IX was created, it was created out of this recognition that there is a...
Again, if you want to make so that all people are equal, and I mean truly equal when they play sports, you would do it based on physical characteristics. Again, do you think a twink femboy is going to be able to go after a bodybuilder woman? No, because one has physical characteristics that put her in a better position for those sports. Now, if we based sports on physical characteristics, everyone can have fun, and it can be as equal as possible of a playing field. Sports should be about fun, not about these bizarro, like, I want all the awards, give me the 15 medals, I'm the winner, I need my own category, so I'm the winner. Like, that's not what sports should be about. Sports should be about having fun, passing the time, enjoying life, right? And they're trying to say, no, if you are a cis woman, and you just happen to have too much testosterone, sorry, you're banned.
Biological distinction between men and women and boys and girls.
Hey, and there's a biological distinction between races, isn't there? I mean, do you want to break out the fucking tape measure? Let's see, what is the width of your skull? Are you allowed to be in the same classroom as me? What is the width of your skull? Hey, they're just differences. Hey, I'm just saying some races have smaller skulls than others. I'm just saying it's a biological reality, right? Therefore, right, we should discriminate based on those things, right? So those physical characteristics exist. Hey, I'm just saying, just putting it, and I'm rational, by the way. I'm the rational one.
Distinction between men and women and
yeah, hold up. That's a good one. Hold up.
All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore.
All of a sudden, right?
Boys and girls. And it recognized that because of that, there needs to be a level playing field for girls and women to be able to compete and play in sports.
So why not have variation based on physical characteristics?
Now, the reason why our bill is necessary to strengthen and clarify and uphold Title IX is because of the things that you're talking about, because there are people who are trying to undermine the very reason why Title IX
Tucker's always got this, like, NPC confused face on. Like, you know, like when you're playing Fallout 3 or The Elder Scrolls 4, and the NPCs, like, it zooms in on their face and they've got this, like, plastic face. And it's just like, and the face glitches up, and like, you know, like that's what Tucker Carlson's face looks like all the time. Like literally, look, like it's the same. Like you go to any point in the video and it's the same fucking face. He's got the same face every time. Like it's just like, what? Is this a real person?
Because there are people who are trying to undermine the very reason why Title IX was put in place by denying my existence, denying the existence of.
Again, what is this dumb fuck bitch talking about? What a dumb fuck, dumbass little dumb bitch fucking whore. What is she talking about? What is she the denying my existence? What does that mean? Now, one of the common things that people say about trans people is, oh, you always talk about your identity, they say. Oh, all you are is trans. Your identity is all you talk about. Whereas this dumb bitch is going out there saying, if you don't acknowledge my identity, then I don't exist. What? So, like, you would be gone? You'd be dead without your womanhood? What? And if that's the case, why not extrapolate that to transgender people? Why not say they would be dead without their womanhood? Or manhood, you know, depending on... Like, what, like, why does that not extend to all people? Huh. It's almost like you're discriminating against people based on physical attributes
of biological women. It defies common sense. It defies basic established science. It just doesn't make any sense.
So you're telling me that you're gonna let gay kids in school? Whoa. So you're telling me you want me to send my daughter to a school with a homosexual? What? Are you fucking kidding me? You want me to send my son to school with a homosexual? Are you denying the biological science of what separates men and women? The established science? The gays have AIDS. Are you going against the established science right now? The gays all have AIDS, and you want to put the AIDS gay in the same class as my beautiful daughter or son? That's just anti-science. It's the same fucking shit. Same fucking dumbass bullshit, different fucking decade with these goons. That's what she is. She's a fucking goon. She's not a brave fighter. She's a fucking loser. And a loser, I might add, that happens, in the words of our president...
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I can't. But yeah, that's it. Damn, I always get triggered when I see Tulsi. I always get triggered. Max, why are you barking?